Hello. If you are familiar with Powerstroke Ford F250s with 6.7 liters engine, you probably heard about the issues with the Cold Side Intercooler Hose. This is common failure in these trucks, and today we will walk you through how to replace the intercooler pipe by yourself. In this truck, the intercooler pipe just cracked and broke down in the section mounted in the intake manifold. It seems like the intercooler hose was already replaced before on this truck because this is not the original OEM part. This time we will use an aftermarket intercooler kit instead the OEM part, and we hope it will last longer. This kit comes with the hose in 4 sections, but the nice thing is that the materials used are stronger than the original OEM part. The upper segment that goes into the intake manifold is made out stainless steel, and this is actually the section where the original hose generally breaks. This kit comes with heavy-duty clamps to mount the hose. First, we will disconnect the temperature sensor just by pushing the side clip to release the locking mechanism, and that will slide right off. Now comes the most complicated part, disconnecting the bottom side of the hose. For that, I need to reach and lose the clamp down there where there is not much room to work. I was able to fit my hand and used a 7mm standard wrench to, little by little, loosen the clamp. Once the clamp is loose, you just pull the hose out. To remove the upper side, you need to lose the snap ring with a flat blade screwdriver by lifting the ring all the way around the snap groove. In this case, the hose was so broken that the ring was loose already. The temperature harness is locked in place with a push clip that is very easy to break. What I did was to carefully pull the clip evenly with a plier until it gets loose. To remove the temperature sensor, you need to twist the sensor and pull it out. You may need to wiggle it a little bit and pull it at the same time. It is common to have the sensor really dirty with oil, so I will use this opportunity to clean it out. Before starting assembling the new hose, be sure that O-ring is properly sat in the groove inside the intake section of the pipe. Mounting the temperature sensor is a bit tricky. You have to place it exactly in the right spot and then turn it about a quarter of a circle until it snaps in place. I prefer to mount the sensor before installing the pipe to be sure that it is properly mounted. This kit comes in 4 sections for easier assembly, but at the same time, the alignment of all 4 sections becomes a challenge. What I did was to get all sections assembled all together without tight the clamps and use the old hose as a reference to shape the new assembled hose. With a good idea of how the assembled hose looks like, I decided to mount it by sections, starting by the lower side. Then I mounted the upper metal section directly to the intake manifold. It is difficult, but be sure that you press it all the way in and then snap the ring in place. At this point, the upper and lower metal parts can be easily joined by the middle flexible section made of silicone. With the hose fully mounted, then I proceeded to tighten the hose clamps using a 7mm wrench. To fully tighten the bottom clamp, I had to use an extension to be able to access the nut. To mount the temperature sensor, first push the locking clip into position and then insert the connector on the sensor itself until it click in place. Now that the hose is assembled, let's test it. It seems that it is working fine. This job was quoted at $380 by a diesel mechanic, but we paid only $88 for the whole aftermarket kit, and we did the job ourselves. Thank you for watching, and please consider subscribing to our channel.